Stream the meeting. Hello, District 40, and welcome to this awesome edition of the District 40 podcast. Now, you may be wondering who I am. I am Deborah Ham, your public relations manager, and I am here to help introduce our podcast team as they interview our candidates for next year. On to you, Althea and Sydney.
Good evening, District 40. Welcome to our April 2025 podcast episode. My name is Althea Latang, and I am 1/4 of your dynamic podcast team. With me, I have Sydney Osborne, Angela Norman, and Lamar King. As Deborah mentioned, this month's a little bit different, you guys. We're going to sway away from our normal content as we are going to moderate for you your candidate showcase. This is your opportunity to hear from the leaders within District 40 who are running for elected positions within our district. We're really excited to be hosting this opportunity for the candidates. We will one at a time bring each candidate to the main room where you'll get to know a little bit more about the candidate. So we are hoping that you're there and you're tuning in and you're learning all about these great leaders and what they'll bring for our district. All right, I think we're ready to get things started with our first candidate. The first candidate we'll be interviewing this evening is Tracy Baker. Tracy Baker is running for District 40 District Director. All right. We're just going to wait for Tracy to get to the main room.
Good evening, Tracy.
Oh, hello, hello.
All right, Mr. Baker. You are running for District Director for District 40. You have the opportunity this evening to either answer our interview question or provide a prepared statement.
I would love a challenging, unexpected interview question commensurate with my talent and with my years of experience in Toastmasters.
Wonderful.
Not why am you running for district director? Give me something tough.
Understood. Your question is, what skills and experience do you bring to this role? And how will you use them to support the district's growth and membership success?
I don't have to have any skills. I don't have to have any talents. Because as you know, Madam District Director to be soon, Althea Latang, and fellow Toastmasters, it's who you surround yourself with. Do you think Tom Brady went out there and won all those Super Bowls by himself? No, he didn't. He put people and chess pieces around him to make things happen. And that's exactly what I plan to do as your district director. I'm not going to walk in there saying, I'm Tracy Baker, I have all these skills and talents. Nobody cares that I have 7, 8, 9, 10 DTMs. What we care about is when I help a Lamar King become a distinguished Toastmaster by being a mentor. When Deborah Ham does all the things she does to make sure that our district glows, especially with the newsletter, to talk about what the program quality director is doing. And of course, when Sydney Osborne is doing incredible things to help as a division director and as a club coach. These are the real people that have the real skills and talent that make our district shine. So for me, all I'm doing is organizing. I'm bringing everybody together to make sure we have a good trio, to make sure we have good division directors, to make sure we have good area directors that help us carry out our mission next year, which we'll announce at our wonderful Gallop to Glory conference in about 2 weeks, about 10 days. But when it comes to special skills and talents, Madam DTM out there, you know as well as I do. Sometimes it's all about luck. Some guys have all the luck. Now, Deborah's going to be too young to know that Rod Stewart reference, but some people have luck. I am lucky to be surrounded by amazing people that make me look good. I didn't wake up like this like Beyonce. I woke up like this because I have Sue Schindler. I have several other people. I'm not going to say too many names because I don't want, but I have people around me that help me get to where I am right now, which is 30 years. May 10th, I'll celebrate 30 years as a Toastmaster. I didn't get there just by skills and talent and looks. I got there by being surrounded by people that have helped me make sure that the things that we do and how we do it, especially in District 40, are worthy of educating, elevating, and inspiring everyone. And we have definitely grown together. Some things I'll give to the audience and give to you all on the call today is that we have to make sure that we continue to be who we are. In Toastmasters, I've seen too many people that are robots. I am here today. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I am here. Do you realize that in the Transformers, Sydney, there aren't two Transformers that are alike? You got Optimus Prime, who's one way. You got Bumblebee, who's another way. You got Rawhide, who's a different way. That's how I want Toastmasters to be. I want us this year to make sure we're individualizing ourselves, but at the same time, we're sticking to the core values, of course. We're sticking to make sure we have our respect, our integrity, our service for self, and our excellence, all of those type of things. But I want to make sure individually you're getting as much out of this program as you possibly can, and you're helping someone else, and you're growing together. That's the answer to your question about special skills and talents that I have, and what I plan to do next year as district director to make sure those special skills and talents are on display in our beautiful District 40. Madam DTM Althea Latang.
Althea, you're on mute.
Thank you, Sydney, for that. Turning things over to you now to introduce our next candidate.
Most excellent. Thank you, Althea, and thank you, Mr. District Director Candidate Tracy Baker. If we could please get the slide on the screen for our next candidate. Our next candidate is also well known. She is running as a candidate for the public program quality director. I had my PQDs mixed up. She is Renee Mitchell, who has been a member since 2018, has several home clubs and roles in Toastmasters at large, and has served in many district offices and club offices. So with that, please introduce a warm welcome to our candidate for Program Quality Director, Renee Mitchell. And we'll give her a minute to get to the room.
I'm good.
Good evening, Renee.
Good evening, everybody.
Just to confirm, as we mentioned before during the briefing, you have the choice to either present a small statement or answer a question, and you have the choice to do whichever you wish. But can you see the timer screen?
I can't see the timer screen, and I'm going to just let you launch into a question.
Excellent. Your question, Ms. Mitchell, is what skills and experience do you bring to this role as Program Quality Director, and how will you use them to support the district's growth and member success?
Thank you so much for that question. I feel that my year, or not quite a year yet, as club growth director has really prepared me for becoming the program quality director. It was amazing to work under Tracy Baker last year as his assistant to CGD, but then getting into the seat and doing it is a completely different ballgame. But what I loved was the ability, or the opportunity, I should say, to work with people who what I would call are diamonds in the rough. I picked people specifically for my team that were maybe not as well known, but I knew could do the job, and they have been amazing. And Sydney, you've been one of them in terms of helping us get new clubs started. I had people eager to jump in and be club sponsors, eager to be club mentors. We have a huge list of people who are now club coaches, but it wasn't just those people, it's the team that brought those together, that taught these people how to do the work that needed to get done for us to start 3 brand new clubs already. And we've got 3 more in the pipeline that are coming up to charter in May. That whole experience, working with incredibly strong people that may not have been well known, and then executing on our plan to start new clubs and provide just the best experience for those clubs that are not only trying to grow, but maybe those having problems and needing some help. I'm also proud to say that we reinstated 2 clubs this year. So those are clubs that were suspended, that maybe people wrote off. We're able to kind of bring them back from the dead, so to speak, and they are really thriving right now. And that has been a tremendous experience. So I'm super excited. I feel like PQD is kind of like, okay, the next step in your leadership phase. And I'm super excited to get started if elected.
Thank you, Renee Mitchell, for that informative response, and we look forward to seeing how your candidacy plays out too. But I, for one, support you and that just as I would all the candidates who are here. I've worked with you and for a while and know the quality of candidate we're receiving, and hope you will support them as well. And I'll turn it over to Althea, who will introduce our candidate for Club Growth Director.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sydney. So we want to show our next candidate, Sue Schindler, who is running for Club Growth Director. There you are, Sue.
Hi.
Hello. All right, you were briefed earlier. You are running for Club Growth Director.
Correct.
And you have the opportunity this evening to either present a prepared speech or comment, excuse me, or take an interview question.
I will take an interview question, please.
Wonderful. What skills and experience do you bring to this role? And how will you use them to support the district's growth and member success? I'll repeat that again. What skills and experience do you bring to this role? And how will you use them to support the district's growth and member success?
Okay. Thank you. I started out in Toastmasters in 2016 and had no idea what to expect. We went from a thriving club to one that went to nearly suspended in less than 6 months. And what we learned during that time, or what I learned and what I bring today, is that there were so many little things that we were missing that could have made a difference. For example, we didn't have agendas. You didn't know how to find our meeting room. If we canceled meetings, we didn't let people know. So it was recognizing what we needed to do to become stronger. And during that year, as I mentioned, we went from almost being suspended to presidential. After that year, I became assistant area director and eventually became division director, and now am club quality. The reason that I've taken these steps is because I've recognized it's important to listen to each and every member, to listen to our officers, and in having those conversations to make a difference and show how we can support others with their own growth. For example, this past year, as part of our club quality, we've partnered with um, others to bring about the Wednesday webinars. And those were basically just ways for people or members to learn additional skills that maybe they wouldn't have the opportunity to do on a regular basis. I've worked with mentoring clubs and also coaching clubs. So again, I understand those skills that are needed to make our district grow even more so. Also, it's looking at where are the gaps at this time. So not only recruiting, retaining the members that we have, but where are areas that we can go into? Where's the population that we're missing that is going to need those skills as they go forward, and to be excited as a Toastmaster? Renee Mitchell talked yesterday about a club that she brought on board in Columbus where it's English as a second language, and they're so enthused and so excited to be a Toastmaster. So again, it's finding members or potential members who really want to grow and to be a part of the
All right, Sue, thank you so much for your comments. And I'll turn things over to Cindy to introduce the next candidate.
Thank you, Althea. Unfortunately, tonight's Division A director candidate was unable to attend, so we will move on to our one of our candidates for Division B director, Scott Connor. We'll wait for Scott to get in the room for a moment. Good evening, Scott. Good evening. Can you see the timer screen?
I can.
Excellent. As you were briefed previously, prior to the episode, you have your choice of either giving a prepared statement or answering a question. Which would you like?
Sydney, I would like to give a prepared statement, please.
Please.
Good evening, District 40 Toastmasters, esteemed guests joining us online, and a warm welcome to our gracious host for organizing this wonderful event. It's truly an honor to stand before a community dedicated to empowering voices and fostering leadership. Tonight, I stand here reminded and humbled as I take you back in time, not just to the beginning of my Toastmasters journey, but to a moment when I first became aware of my introverted nature. I'm going to take everybody back to 1996, so a long time ago, well before YouTube. The 13-year-old Scott was given the simplest of tasks by my father. He said, "Scott, I want you to order dinner for the family. Pizza, subs. We had an upcoming family gathering with about a dozen of us." And he said, "You need to pick up the phone and place the order." Now, to an adult, especially in today's age of technological convenience, you wouldn't even need to pick up the phone. Probably just do it on an app. And this might seem trivial today, but back then it terrified me. Talking to strangers, initiating a conversation with a greeting, and navigating towards that awkward transition where I had to say why I was calling somebody. What I didn't realize was that at the time, my father's intentions, as he put it, was to get me to learn how to deal. I don't remember much about the phone call itself, only that the food arrived, I ate too much pizza, life moved on. But over the next 20 years, I heard that phrase, "learn how to deal," from my dad countless times. And it wasn't until almost 20 years later when I joined Toastmasters that I began to look back on this moment with fondness and truly understand the significance of why my dad always told me, you need to learn how to deal. As your Division B director, I will promote the Toastmasters brand within my network, leveraging both the Toastmasters Pathways curriculum and the talented individuals already in this district for their knowledge and all of the stuff that they've done before me. I will provide motivation and guidance and supervision to the area directors and the club presidents and everybody that will be looking to me to step into this leadership role. That will include coordinating division activities, setting goals for the division, assisting in the training, helping the club leaders meet their goals. And I will regularly report back to the district director, program quality director, and club growth director on the progress of our division. Additionally, I'll help organize the speech contest to ensure that everybody gets a taste of what it is to compete at whatever level it is that they desire. And then also support all of the clubs in our division to help prestige distinguished clubs. I'll do this in a couple different ways. I've served as an area director in Division B for the last 2 years. So I've been able to pick up things that happen at the district level and below that will help me succeed at this job. I'll also help leverage my experience as an entrepreneur, someone that started their own digital consulting business that leverages both YouTube and podcasting to give out advice to the community and the subscribers that I've built. I'll also leverage my experience as an insurance litigation professional, where I'm involved in highly technical presentations and shrewd negotiating skills. Ultimately, my goal is to help everybody find their why, whatever the reason that you may be here for. It's key in Toastmasters to find your why, whether that's as an individual, whether that's as a leader, whether that's as everybody as a district. Everybody has their own reason for being here. Engagement is huge. I love the idea that we're able to share this on a platform like a YouTube channel and a weekly or monthly podcast talking about everything going on in the district. So I plan to take all of my experience and my skills, bring that to the district as the Division B director for the 2025-2026 program year. And I want to challenge everybody, whether you're thinking about joining another club or just completing your next level in Pathways or getting into leadership. I don't have time to go through all of my Toastmasters journey, as it would probably take the entire rest of the episode. But I want to take back that statement of finding your why. And hopefully I can bring my why and what drove me to be here and what's brought me to this place in my
Thank you, Aunt, for that amazing response, and we appreciate your service and willingness to serve in the district. I will turn it back over to Althea, who will introduce our next candidate.
Thank you so much, Sydney. I'd like to welcome to the showcase our Division B Director candidate, Colleen Gleason. Colleen, are you able to see the timer window?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. As discussed during the briefing earlier, you have the opportunity to either give a prepared statement or take an interview question. Which would you like?
I believe I will take an interview question.
The question reads, what skills and experiences do you bring to this role, and how will you use them to support the district's growth and membership success?
Well, thank you very much for that question. I have been a member of Toastmasters since 2017, and at my home club, Podium Pros at McGraw-Hill Toastmasters in Columbus. And almost from the beginning, I have jumped into a leadership role, and I have served in my home club as a president, now the past 2 years, but before that also as treasurer and as VP of membership. And also I have now been serving as Area 24 Director in Division B this past year. And through all of this, I have really learned so many things about leadership and about Toastmasters that I would hope to bring forward as Division B Director. I have also been learning under the tutelage of Lamar King this past year, our great current Division B Director. So have really been learning a lot of things about conducting recognition ceremonies and conducting speech contests and really working together as a division team to make a strong division. And, you know, Division B is a pretty strong division as it is. We have a lot of great clubs, Premier Toastmasters, Coat, Dublin Toastmasters, just to name a few. So I really want to use the experiences that I've gained in serving as these different roles in my home club and also in serving this past year as area director to now take that into my role as Division B director to just continue to strengthen Division B and to continue to make us the best club in District 40, or the best division in District 40. So, but I know working together with my area directors and coordinating, keeping that line of open communication is really going to be the key to keeping Division B strong. And that's what I hope to bring to Division B. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Colleen. I'll turn things over to Sydney to bring out our next candidate.
Thank you, Althea. Our next candidate will be Division C Director candidate Ron Gillipsey. As soon as Ron gets in the room, we will pass it over to him. Give him a minute.
I am here.
Excellent. Good evening, Ron. How are you doing today?
Good evening. I am great, sir. And how are you?
Most excellent. Well, Ron, as you were briefed previously, you have the option of either a question or a prepared statement. And before we proceed, can you see the timer? Okay.
I do. Thank you.
Excellent. That being
I
said,
will
go
take
ahead.
the question.
Excellent. Your questions, excuse me, your question, Ronald, is in service to Division B, I'm sorry, excuse me, in service to Division C as its director candidate, what skills and experience do you bring to the role, and how will you use them to support the district's growth and member success?
Thank you, sir. I am a firm believer in lead by example. Imagine in 2018, when I first joined Toastmasters, I had no agenda. I had no goal. I knew nothing about the organization. I was only there because my supervisor would allow me to step away from my desk for that hour. A mere short 7 years later, I have served as an officer in multiple clubs. I have served as area director for 2 years in a row. And now I'm taking the next step to step up to be Division C director. Lead by example. It is that kind of progress that I would hope to impart upon new members that are coming in. As a division director, as a club officer, as a mentor, as a trainer, I would also like to scout for who is going to be the next generation of leaders. Who can I mentor next to fulfill the role? Who is going to follow in my footsteps, so to speak? Are they willing to step up and lead by example as well? These are the kinds of things that I'm looking for. People that are passionate about Toastmasters, people that are dedicated, that are motivated to put themselves out there, to step outside of their comfort zone, as I had to. Imagine that first speech when your nerves are rattling and your voice is shaking and you have your notes there in front of you, but somehow you get through it. Everything that happens in Toastmasters after that point is exactly the same. Once you get past that first speech, everything else is icing. You can go as far as you want. For me, it's about the value. What do you get out of it? I would like to show people that value, how it can affect their lives, how they can progress in their careers, how they can develop the leadership skills to promote and mentor the next generation. For me, as a Division C director, it's all about lead by example. And that's what I want to impart to the new people coming in. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ron, for that amazing response. We appreciate your willingness to serve. I'll turn things back over to Althea, who will introduce our next candidate.
Thank you, Sydney. Our last candidate for division director is Marianne Latargo Enriquez. She was not able to be with us this evening, but we just wanted to mention that she is running for Division D director. All right, District 40. Well, you've heard from all of our candidates this evening. So again, we have our district director candidate, Tracy Baker, program quality director candidate, Renee Mitchell, Club Growth Director candidate, Sue Schindler, Division A Director candidate, Shelby Walker, Division B Director candidate, Scott Connor, and Colleen Gleason, Division C Director candidate, Ron Gillespie, and Division D Director candidate, Marianne Latargo Enriquez. So what's next, District 40? Well, on March 10th, you should have received some communication from Don Dehoff. So this communication would have went to all of our district council members with your voting credentials and an opportunity for you to register for the business meeting, which will be held on Saturday, May 3rd. So please, if you have not done so, please take a look at your email and make sure that you have registered to attend the business meeting that will occur again on Saturday, May 3rd, 2025 at 9 a.m. This business meeting will be held in a hybrid platform. So you will have the opportunity for those that will be at the conference weekend in Kentucky to attend in person, or those that are not able to attend in person do have the option to attend virtually. During the business meeting, you'll have your opportunity to cast your vote for our new district leaders for the 2025-2026 program year, in addition to other agenda items you'll be able to cast your vote for. So with that, District 40, this was your candidate showcase. I want to take the opportunity to thank all of our candidates this evening for being a part of this showcase. And thank you, District 40, for tuning in. Also, thank you to the D40 Podcast for serving as moderators. And special shout out to you, Ms. Deborah Ham, for being our gracious public relations manager and Zoom extraordinaire. It definitely takes a village. So with that, District 40, we bid you farewell until next time.